Very rant episode incoming that I shelved for 2 months, but hey, we're back. Negative comments have been getting more annoying to me lately, and I don't mean the straight up insulting stuff. I'll take those all day compared to the types of comments I'm thinking of. If you just want to say, fuck you, bad take, I hate you, Godspeed, Pilgrim, you're nothing to me. The comments I hate are the ones that are just a little bit shitty, potentially unbeknownst to the person leaving them, and comments that are just factually incorrect. Sometimes on my ranking videos, someone will be like, you forgot to rank this thing. But like, I very clearly ranked that thing. They just weren't paying attention, or they probably skipped around just to see number placements and didn't even watch the damn video or listen to my jokes and explanations. And that's the kind of comment I'll just delete. I don't delete vitriol outright, I delete comments that are provably wrong, so if your comment was super mean and super wrong, rest assured you didn't hurt my feelings more than you hurt my faith in your observational skills. So I delete those comments for the sake of my own mental health, and so other people don't see it and mistakenly believe that that person knows what the hell they're talking about. Other comments get flagged by the system sometimes, but it's 90% spam links and people replying to other people's comments calling them a faggot or something. I do have words like that listed as no-no words as far as comments are concerned, because while I can be 100% sure of my intent behind saying them when I choose to, an example being 10 seconds ago, I have no such assurance that anyone else doing it is being ironic or comedic or otherwise not just an actual super bigot or whatever. Attitudes are impossible to discern on here, even to some of the people themselves, which brings us back to the other kind of comment I hate, just slightly shitty comments. Barely backhanded, mildly mean-spirited, molecularly unmannerly. You're not my friend, so I don't like that shit. If you think you're being a lovable asshole, won't he get a kick out of this little jab? Teehee, ain't I a stinker? Yes, you are. You reek of garbage. It's unpleasant. More often than not, it's not even that friendly if you dig a little, because you call them out and all of a sudden they've got all these complaints to levy against your channel. Like, yeah, that little comment was about as harmless as a fin sticking out of the water with you trying to act like it's not attached to a shark. The fin above the surface in plain view is just harmlessly trolling, but the shark hidden right beneath it still wants blood in the water, so excuse me for looking past the fin, bro. Criticism is whatever, just don't pretend that those thoughts being there, whether you expressed them initially or not, doesn't affect the motivation behind why you decided to be a dick in the first place. Someone will comment, running out of ideas, huh? On a kind of video my channel's never done before, which falls into the wrong category. But rather than just delete it, I explain why that's factually incorrect in an annoyed way, because I'm annoyed, because it's an annoying, dumbass, fucking blatantly shit-stirring thing to say, and then they'll be like, whoa, dude, it was a joke, didn't know you'd get so triggered. And then later on admit they don't like the video premise itself, and the kind of person I'd apparently need to be to upload it, and my channel as a whole, and my overall personality compared to the old Albino, like I'm Kanye West or some shit. All of that will be underneath the initial running out of ideas, huh? Comment, but apparently running out of ideas, huh? Is a harmless troll with nothing behind it, even though everything behind it has just been laid bare for the world to see in the thread below, and so this dude gets to pretend that I got triggered by a harmless, playful little teehee jab as if that's all it was. Classic. Next time I'll just delete the comment, which would have still made him think the exact same thing, except the contrary evidence wouldn't have been unearthed to expose him, but either way I lose, because it's either a waste of time to get in a comment war, or explanationless comment deletion breeds misrepresentative conspiracy theories. It's fun being a YouTuber. My temperament isn't cut out for comment sections. I just want to grab a megaphone and blast out, "Stop saying wrong things that are wrong!" Some people will inevitably want to conflate this with me not handling criticism. First of all, if the criticism is, I don't like this, and it's like 1 out of 50 comments, I don't even have to acknowledge it, much less handle it one way or another. In regard to constructive criticism, where people have specific things to say about why something could be better or what they didn't appreciate about whatever, I don't get a lot of that. In fact, I barely get any. Most commenters aren't reviewers of my channel. They just watch or don't. They're not signing on to Yelp after every video. If the microphone volume is too low or the video didn't render HD for some reason, I'll hear about it. Beyond that, nobody's starting the Albino committee thread, or those conferences they do in cities where you go air your grievances to public servants and they ignore you because you look dirty. The most common, but still quite rare thing I'll get is if I post a stream of consciousness and some people don't like a joke in it, they'll be like, I didn't like that joke. And I'll be like, okay. And then I don't delete the video, so what else can be manifested from that customer service call? It's like how a lot of foods and drinks have a number you can dial if you want to just tell them how you feel about it. Who's ever done that? Who's going to look at the back of a Ritz cracker box and go, I think it's time to open up a dialogue. They can do better, and I'm going to tell them how. I don't want to meet that person. I'm afraid of that person. Another type of commenter is the one who will be kind of a dick, maybe not even to you, just as a reply to someone else, and then you call them out and they turn around and activate full simp mode. Like, haha, you're right, I was just kidding. Love your vids, man. You're a spineless invertebrate, naturally, by definition. You're also Schrodinger's douchebag, that term you've heard about the guy who decides whether he's joking based on how people respond. So many people are like that. Because on the internet they can be. They can gaslight people about their initial intentions and get away with it, because how are people going to prove otherwise? And we look like the asshole if we press the issue. If you're just trying to cover your ass to save face in any given situation, that's so annoying. Just delete your comment, rename your account, and start fresh. Sometimes that feels like the right thing to do. Some people might see it as avoiding accountability, but if you're a little fish typing in a big pond and you haven't built any kind of name for yourself in whichever community you're in, are the big fish even gonna notice the start of your redemption arc anyway? I've typed comments in the past where the responses to them made me feel like I should delete my entire online presence. I mentioned in the past I made a comment on a video of a band's performance on a morning show that I thought sounded bad, and the lead singer responded explaining the situation and wasn't even mean about it, and I just thought the best thing for me to do at that point was toss my student ID in the garbage and go live off the grid. I felt like a dude who went viral for a racist public rant. What other option is there but for me to buy a pair of sunglasses and 24 baseball caps and never be seen again? I keep changing my strategy for dealing with comments I don't like. Most of the time I ignore them. Sometimes I feel like clapping back in a serious manner to give as good as I get. Sometimes I will just sarcastically troll them and put emojis at the end like a real son of a bitch. Other times I'll make entire-ass videos on them like this. However much effort you put in is too much effort to some people. Some people think you shouldn't even read them. I read all of them because when I see that the notification bell has a little red icon with a number on it, I develop spontaneous anxiety coupled with unbreakable curiosity. Plus, what if it's a marriage proposal from a rich supermodel or a random humongous YouTuber trying to be my friend? Can't get caught slacking there. You never know when a limited opportunity can make your life trajectory tilt upwards. I can't keep my cool during arguments where I know I'm being misunderstood or misrepresented, or with things that are personal, like, I don't know, the incorrect notion that I might be a flailing, blubbering alcoholic when I drink once a month on average and never more than my pre-discovered limit. A couple months ago, which is how long this episode has been in the oven because my fire dwindled initially, but I got it back, as I'll explain later. But a couple months ago, I did a community post about the drunk stream that happened before my latest one. It was like 2 weeks after the one before that, because I got another rare opportunity, and random people actually fucking commented like, "I'm starting to worry about your sobriety." Who the fuck are you? Did I T-bone your girlfriend after a night on the town? Did I do a Simpsons hit and run and kill your whole family and walk away with minor scrapes and bruises and a drink in my hand? You don't know shit. And of course you'll react to anger by being like, "Oh, he's getting defensive. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Somebody check local newspapers for any drunk driver stories that mention an albino fleeing the scene with a lemon drop. I hope your toddler unlocks the gun cabinet and uses the back of his throat as target practice, you armchair rehab centers. Casting ignorant aspersions from beyond a screen, worlds away, just unbelievable." I had all that written previously, and now I'm adding to it because it happened again. "You're drinking too much lately, Albino." What does lately mean? I drank once in a month. I don't black out or do wild shit. I just play video games and stream. You have absolutely no concept of how often I drink. Why would you think you do? I mean, actually you should, because I just told you, and I've said it multiple times. My question for you then would be if it's possible for you to just not be a bitch. It's a real buzzkill, my man, and it's also infuriating because you are making me out to be something I am not even close to. And people who see you type garbage like that start to get that idea in their head too, despite the facts, especially if they don't watch that closely. So I don't know, maybe don't imply I have an alcohol problem because it completely undermines my sense of agency over something I have complete control of. Please and thank you. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, blah blah blah, you get it. I'll see you next time.